This man behind me is David Salinini. Probably pronouncing that wrong because it's Italian and I am not. This man has recently been appointed by NASA as their first Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer. This appointment is in accordance with Biden's executive order on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence. In this new role, he will continue NASA's collaboration with other government agencies, academic institutions, industry partners, and other experts to ensure the agency is on the cutting edge of AI technology. But I also wanted to show you the history of this man. I just kind of want to lay it out there, as his work history is pretty much a template of who you have to be to get to a senior level at a place like NASA. This basically sums it up. He took up the role earlier this summer after a more than 20-year career in the intelligence community. That's pretty much it, in a nutshell, but let me tell you more. And real quick, this is just a reminder for all of the NASA simps out there, just kissing the feet of NASA. They're not your friends. These are the top 20 NASA contractors as of 2022. Here's the list. I mean, you can read it yourself. Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, come on. Let's just remember, NASA's not our friend. They're one of them. David Salinini started off his life, his work history, his career in the Air Force, where he spent 21 years. Immediately after retiring from the Air Force in 2005, he joined the Department of Defense, specifically the Defense Intelligence Agency. He worked for the DIA and for the DoD for 18 years until June of 2023. I can't find much information on this, but around the same time, between 2021 and 2023, he worked for the Director of National Intelligence. And for those that don't know, this is a very high-level position. It's a cabinet-level position that works very closely with the president. In August of 2023, NASA appointed him as Chief Data Officer, where he served for a short 9 months before being promoted to the position of the first Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer. And again, he is a perfect example of how it goes. Who is in the positions of power in places like NASA? Someone who has worked for the US government for their entire life, the US military, to the Department of Defense, to the Director of National Intelligence, to NASA. So just keep that in mind. You know how Carlin said that it's a big club and you ain't in it? I have no idea what he was talking about. No idea at all.
$38 million. That's allegedly what this heap of junk right here costs NASA. Y'all watch this video and check out this nice ride right here. Boy, let me tell you.
This sleek 1969 moon rover comes quick, efficient, equipped with own long furniture. Duct tape, optional. Don't forget your action pack. Mickey Thompson sticks in the rear with dune buggy cups. Not to mention the state-of-the-art, second to only backwards Hibbley antennas with tennis balls. And a handy analog radar buzzer. And the always much sought-after front end with an indestructible polypropyl design fit for a king. Umbrella inverted is extra. $38 million in 1969. Today,
Y'all realize NASA's just rubbing this stuff in our face? Alright, so check this out. I know this has been brought up before, right? So before y'all jump off in the comments, oh, that's stupid, that's old news, that's already been answered, blah, 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 blah. I get it. Alright, so NASA has this on their website, allegedly. It's a definition of a linear aircraft model. A linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth is derived and defined. So I've heard all the yang about, oh, that was written in 1988 or 1989 or whatever. And the reason they had to do it that way because back then computers weren't advanced enough to keep up with a model on a round Earth. Alright, that's cool. But if that be the case, why still keep this around? Computers now are much more advanced. What do you still need it for? Right here in our faces on their website. I don't know about y'all, but I can read between the lines a little bit. I'm not saying this is or isn't true, but some people are alleging that Samsung is faking moon photos. Check out this video and see what this guy came up with.
If all the phone has seen in this instance is this white blob, how on earth would it know that this dark patch over here is a crater? How would it know that this blurry bit here is moon texture? It's inventing detail out of nowhere. And the only way this makes sense is if the phone is not using its normal image processing that it would use for every other shot, but instead recognizing the moon shape and going, oh, I actually know what a moon looks like already. I can use a sneaky trick here. Just to try and 100% confirm that this was happening, I even printed out a blurry version of the moon, hanging it from a light by a string, and sure enough, the phone detected the paper as a moon and added detail that didn't even exist onto a paper cutout. I tried the same using my iPhone 14 Pro, and no extra detail was added. And also again on my Google Pixel 7 Pro. Again, the photo was just a blur, as you'd expect it to be. So you could say that some level of faking is occurring. But I wanted to see if I could get the phone to completely cheat. To try and get it to identify a completely random, unrelated object as the moon, and then get it to accidentally slap the entire moon texture on top of it. I tried lighting up a ping pong ball in a black room. Didn't work. I tried suspending a brightly lit piece of blank paper. That didn't work either. But the phone did remove the wire it was hanging from, which was odd. Almost like it was trying to turn it into a celestial object. But the point is, I couldn't completely fool it. Whatever Samsung is doing to the moon images, it's at least pretty good at differentiating photos of the actual moon and photos of brightly lit.
This is for entertainment purposes only, but would you like to see where some of your tax money is going to? Before you flip out, TikTok, this ain't Cam making this up. This came off of NASA's website. Now, this is an artist depiction of it. An artist depiction of a float lunar railway system that allegedly NASA wants to build on the moon. The website says we want to build the first lunar railway system which will provide reliable, autonomous, and efficient payload transport on the moon. Alright, a durable, long-life robotic transport system will be critical to the daily operations of a sustainable lunar base in the 2030s, as envisioned in NASA's Moon to Mars plan. I'm just going to let this hang out here for a minute. $25.4 billion, that's a lot of money. Now, maybe we're just weird. But we sure would like to see that $25.4 billion go to something like this, instead of a railroad track on the moon. This was too good not to share with y'all. Flat Earth theory. Why do some people think the Earth is flat? Flat Earthers believe one of the most curious conspiracy theories on the internet. Here's a look at what they believe and why. Of all the conspiracy theories that litter the internet, the flat earth conspiracy is quite possibly the most curious. After all, the ancient Greeks figured out the planet's shape and even its circumference in the 3rd century BC. Believe that if you want to. And I'm going to kind of skip through some of this, but a French society founded in the 1950s, dedicated to insisting the earth is flat, has given rise to the modern ground of flat earth adherence. These believers claim the Earth is a flat disk, and the evidence that it is round, say pictures taken from space, are an elaborate hoax involving multiple governments. They probably are. Opinions differ on exactly how the flat Earth works, with believers concocting elaborate version. Goodness gracious. They won't stop, will they? The leading flat earther theory holds that Earth is a disk with the Arctic Circle in the center and Antarctica, a 150-foot tall wall of ice around the rim. Let me just show y'all something real quick about this ice wall and why it's important. It's a real simple science experiment, y'all. Water needs a container to hold it. Surprise! The Earth is flat! Hey!
Just a gentle reminder, you're nothing! You're a tiny speck of dust in an infinite universe! Where are you here? Who knows? I mean, look how small the Earth is compared to all these other ones! You're a fish monkey, that's right, a fish monkey that crawled out of some primordial soup, a little germ worm, you little germ, and then you're a worm. You're insignificant. There's millions and trillions and billions of things just like you out there. So puny and tiny and small in a vast infinite expansion. You're not even average. And this is our gentle little reminder that bang! Whoops! Oops! Existence! Oops! Oops! Oh no! Existence! And then you flippity-floppity, germ to worm to fish to monkey to man! Oops! Primordial soups! Germies to wormies to man! Pathetic! Disgusting! Gross! I bet you can't find yourself in here because it's impossible because you're nowhere!
Hi again. So today we are going to go over the treaty, and I'm going to couple it with a map so you can see what they're talking about. We're going to go ahead and jump into this behind me. This is the Antarctica Treaty. You can go look this up online, but I would not recommend using Wikipedia because they won't break it down by the articles. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you if you cannot see it. It says, the provisions of this present treaty shall apply to the areas of the 60 degrees south latitude, including all ice shelves. Including all ice shelves, okay? So this is the map that they're talking about. And this is an indicator right here, and then this is another indicator right there. And if you go to Yale University or ask me for the link, and I'll give it to you, you're able to pull this up and you're able to zoom in on everything so you can see exactly what all of this means. All of these tiny little letters down here, okay? This is the first indicator. You see the 60 degrees? Antarctic Circle. This is right for the ice wall. This is the other indicator. You'll notice the 60 degrees, Antarctic Circle, right before the ice wall. You see, it's perfectly aligned. Okay? So the 60 degrees south is right in the water. Goes all the way around, and it perfectly goes in between the lands right before the water. All the way around. So magnetic north is right in the middle. Everything south is Antarctica. And when they talk about circumnavigation, you're just going around the Earth, east or west, east or west, circumnavigation on our home, okay? They do have this form that is DS-4131 for those of you that want to go look it up. It is the U.S. Department of State Advanced Notification Form for all tourist and other non-governmental activities in the Antarctic Treaty Area, which means if you want to go to Antarctica, you have to give them a 3 months advanced notification, and they could still deny you. Which is weird to me because I've never been to a continent where I've had to give 3 months advanced notification. All you need is a passport, and you're there. Oh, and money. But, I mean, come on now. This is just garbage, and they could still deny it. All of it. Told you. Anyways, if you think that you can just independently go and explore Antarctica, you cannot. They will not allow you to go. They have a treaty for a reason, and it's not to save the penguins. That's just some hogwash that they try to tell the people. But you can pay $10,000 and go and take a guided tour to like the peninsula, but you cannot go and explore all of Antarctica. They will not let you off the cruise ship to go independently explore it. You can pay a couple $100,000 and go get a guided flyby, but it won't fly you over Antarctica. They just fly you by just so you can, oh, look at there, there's Antarctica, there's the ice. But that's it. They will not let you go independently explore it. They actually have, if you take your boat and you leave your continent, wherever you're at, there are sensors in the water. And couple that with the satellites, they're watching. They know. And they will send their warships out to turn your vessel around, or fighter jets out to get you to turn your private plane around when you get too close. They don't want you out there. Okay? So, again, if you trolls come for me in the comment section, I'll just block you. You're wasting your time. Okay? I'm not here for you guys. I'm here for the people that want to know the truth about their home. Okay? And this is where you live. Okay? You do not live on a spinning, tilted water ball rocket flying through the universe. Do you know that they tell people, and they believe this, that the Earth has 3 motions? Well, technically it has 4, right? Well, I guess 5 if we're counting the universe as also expanding. But the Earth has a 1,000 mile per hour spin, right? And then it's simultaneously doing an elliptical orbit, which means it speeds up and it slows down. It's doing an elliptical orbit around the sun. right? On top of the 1,000 mile per hour, it's doing 66,600 mile per hour elliptical orbit around the sun. And then it's simultaneously being pulled by the sun's gravity through the universe at 483,000 miles per hour. But the elliptical orbit itself, at 66,600 miles per hour, it's an elliptical orbit, which means as soon as it comes to the turn, it speeds up and then it slows down. So what do you think would happen if you were doing 66,600 miles per hour and you slowed down just like one mile per hour? You would literally liquefy everything. Everything. So you literally have to throw out all logic, all common sense to believe this garbage. Just because they teach you to in school does not make it true. Just because you see it at the beginning of every single freaking movie, just because you see it in the cartoons and on t-shirts in the stores, that's called brainwashing. That's all it is. It's all brainwashing. In 1903, John D. Rockefeller founded the general education system, and he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. So they want you thinking that you guys live on a spinning ball, that everything's already been discovered, and that there's nothing else out there for you, and to be afraid of some asteroid coming in and taking us out, wiping us out. None of that's true. That's all hogwash. All of it. You are stationary, safe and secure. You are set on pillars and foundations, unmovable and immovable, and nothing can break that firmament. Nothing. Though they try. Look, watch, I'll show you. Operation Fishbowl came after Operation Dominic. And do you know Operation Dominic? Look at this. In Latin means belonging to God. So Dominic means belonging to God in Latin. And fishbowl? But yeah, they're sending rockets straight up into the air to try and break through the firmament. This is why rainbows curve, right? Because we live in a firmament. This, that God created you for you on the second day of creation. They want you to believe in outer space and aliens and that you're just going to die at any given moment and asteroids just going to wipe us out. None of that's true. It's all philosophical and pseudoscience nonsense. That's all it is. Just a bunch of theories and ideas. It's all hogwash. Evolution's not real. The Big Bang's not real. Dinosaurs are not real. None of that's real. Darwin is a Freemason. Christopher Columbus is a Freemason. The guy who created our general education system is a Freemason. All of our presidents are Freemasons. The founding fathers are Freemasons. The astronauts are Freemasons. Do you know that the Apollo guys have a Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Weird, huh? The guys who landed on the moon. Almost, are they actors? Because actors and singers have the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, nobody's landed on the moon. The moon is the lesser light. We literally live in a perfect enclosed ecosystem with abundance of water and food and energy and land and gas and oil, gold, abundance of it, never to go away. He just wants you to fear, fear, fear. Climate this and climate that. Fear, fear, fear. Running out of water, running out of food. That's all hogwash. Don't believe any of it. Okay? Good night.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.